Welcome to ECdox. ECdox is a workflow system, standardized but customizable. ECdox is a GDPR compliant platform. We are honoring all the principles of security, including non-repudiation, integrity, accessibility, and of course the cryptology part. ECdox handles documents. Documents may be many things. For a company, it could be an invoice. If you are an entrepreneur, you might have blue-collar workers driving around setting up some of the stuff they buy. The only documentation you have is an actual invoice. It's a problem if this invoice is just left in the car and they drive with the windows open. Boom, it's gone, right? ECdox will help you do this. We have an app that will enable you to seamlessly send documents, invoices, contracts, whatever might be relevant for your company to the third-party system for this kind of document. We have these to show. We have contracts, salary notes, manuals, account statements, outgoing invoices. GDPR, we've been doing an extensive project internally. We have both sensitive and general data in the system. I will show you just briefly how some of the GDPR problems have been solved. One of the things is that if you stand looking across the shoulder of a colleague, you might get access to some data that is restricted. This is solved by this small key lock. So two things are happening right here. First off, it's GDPR compliant because nobody can watch over the shoulder. But then again, it can't even be hacked. When I said it couldn't be hacked, that is, all these restricted fields, they are not available to the client. They're actually stored on the server until you unlock it. There is a much higher chance that your laptop is hacked than our server. Basically, it's normal because some statistics say that a certain percentage of all laptops on the internet, they're actually zombies and part of botnet or whatever, and it's quite high numbers. But the whole idea is that if data is not splashed to your laptop, then the confidential data will not be able to be picked up. There is a revision lock on any change that are applied in this system. If we go to, let's try to really check one out really quick. You can see the audit trail right here, and it will be stating what kind of things happened to the document, when it happened, what the old values were, who looked at it, etc. Let's try to close a document. We might take this one is almost done, so it's approved. Yeah, it's approved. It has a banking account. If we mark this for export, see, it doesn't work. It comes up with a splash saying that the field must contain a value. Each document type has different validation routines. That in turn means that we can validate the data integrity for each type of document individually with unique types of values. And it's highly customizable. So if you need new documents, let's say an order or the order is good because this is one of the issues that many companies are working with. We have orders and partial orders, and how does the logistics look, and do we actually have the goods available? All these things are really interesting and hard for companies to manage, but we're actually able to help you guys. But let's try to fill out the stuff. Okay, so we marked it for export. Oh yeah, another date. I could actually just go through, because we have a banking account, we need a total. You can't do a banking transfer without an actual number. Invoice number, this is for your own reference. It will go into the bank statement so you can see which payment are related to which invoice. If the banking system is set up as an account-to-account transfer and the supplier is eligible for doing these things, we will be understanding how the money is supposed to be transferred based on the data in the system. When you want to balance your accounts in the general ledger, you might want to add an account for it, right? When you want to balance If we add an account right here, it will be stored. Whatever payments we add down here on the invoice line will be stored to this account number. Of course, for each line you can customize these things. There's also offset accounts. So let me try to show. It is for automated balancing. One way to do it, we have several. I'll show you one. One way to do it is to go to the account model. We select the account to be used. Oh, she already did it. Okay, so that would be exciting. What happened? We selected the account. We customized it. There is no VAT on it right now, but we customized it as a transaction with an operational area, and we added this line as a default value. This is basically a balance account. So whatever you register to this will be nulled. So we go here, we say everything is good. Maybe we don't like that. So we add a line. Boom. As you can see, the total is still 0. So we're still in balance because this number is annulled with this. If we add a line like that, change it to something else. See, there is no offset account, and now we actually have a balance issue. We want to balance our invoices. In this way, I mean, at least if you want to do the bookkeeping here. If you don't want to do the bookkeeping here, you should go to the business entities, you should select the company in question, and you should say balance invoices, no, or yes, whatever is up. But let's do it again. Market for export is something good. See, when we have a payment, we need a supplier, which is okay. I don't think we have a supplier that actually works. Did I add one just earlier? Did I add one? I didn't add one. Let me show you how to add one. I mean, you could go to the screen I just showed you. I just blasted really fast, right? But let's just add this one instead. We just hit the small plus here. If you know the CVR number or the name, exact name, you can look it up in the registries, either in Denmark or Norway. Let me just type my own so you can see how it works. Hit the small search icon and boom, there we got data. If it's a bank that we need to pay out to, we do like this, just enter the data. It doesn't matter whether the right amount of numbers are entered. I mean, it's prefixed with 0. Just type in the actual digits. So here we go. Okay, so we have this. Now, if we mark it for export, it will still not be working, but we can just do like this and maybe change this one. We mark it for export. It was exported. Let's try to export the document just to show that we can actually push document through. We just do like that. Just our own document. There's several in here. Export is running. Okay. Maybe this is enough for now. It is a demo system. Here you get splashed that web service integration does not appear to be met. And I can show you what we are referring to. It's on the business entity. We go to soft IT. We have selected Navision. And yes, okay. It's not ready because there are no keys added. These are the financial systems that we are integrated with. We are very proud of the list, and none of these actually require us to be involved. When you have a company, they might be running on several dimensions to whom that usually requires a lot of customization. In order for us to mitigate that we spend too much time on these things, we just enabled all dimensions. This is version 3 of the demo, so it's really far behind the production system. We only have like 5 dimensions right here. In the production system, I think we support all the dimensions for all these, and there are so many that it has its own button. But we might be interested in registering expenses related to projects. We also wanted to be hooked up on a cost center, but we don't really care about department, location, or the purpose of the actual cost. So if we go to the invoice we looked at before, now it will be different. See, now we have room for the project, and we can also add a cost center. Doesn't really matter. We already approved it. We exported it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and hope you will be returning soon.